a draw. The result was considered a draw. I think everyone thinks he can win this right now. KCB want to unfold the current trend, the momentum Kabras have over them, and Kabras would want to rubber stamp the authority, like we owe you guys. So I expect today will be no holds back match from both sides.
Since 1982, no one has won a 5-feet. Kabras could be the first side to do that today. Another history, maybe we have George Nyambua making 11 consecutive Kenya Cup finals. He was in that squad in 2016 when they beat Impala in that rainy evening, and now he's here. Maybe you can talk about George. He's a player you have worked with, you have coached, and what kind of player he is.
Yeah, I think George is a natural leader, and that's why over the reigns, you can see he's also among the leadership team for the national side. He's the Kenya 15s captain and has been for a while. He's been part of the Kabras leadership team for a very long time. So he brings in some inspiration, and for him this is it's something he's used to. It's something he's used to. So it's not an unfamiliar stage for him, and I don't think in the coming times there's anyone who will beat this record anytime soon. Featuring in 11 finals consecutively is not a mean feat, considering they are both Kenya Cup and Enterprise Cup finals, which we include the Enterprise Cup finals. The number goes up. So I think his story is kind of inspiring, because when the young lads join the team, like we have the induction of young guys like Skater. I think this is his first Kenya Cup finals. Just came from school recently, and we expect to see. We've seen him before, and he's shown up. We've seen him before, and he's shown up. So with a guy like George present, the mentorship and the guidance, the guys look up to him, and it has bore fruits before. And today, I don't think it's another different ball game for him. He's used to playing at this place. He's been training here, and yeah, I think it's just another day to dance for him. And he's been here before, he's done it before, and I expect he'll show up today.
Okay, talking of that young man, CKT, he was here at just the age of 7, and today he gets that chance to make 7 years. At the age of the 7 years is when they joined the club, and now they get to play in the Kenya Cup. They get to play in the Eric Shali Shield. So it is another big achievement for the youngsters, and yeah, we will be waiting to see how they perform. For KCB, obviously, there's that factor. One of the fans said it is Kenya Simbas versus Kenya Sevens facing off, and KCB Kenya Sevens quartet. Quintet, talk of Elvis Olukusi was named in the squad this season. We have Vincent Onyala, we have Samuel Asati. In fact, Samuel Asati played in that final that KCB won here in 2019, starting in that match. So those are some of the players that have started. Jojo Oro also starting, maybe their international experience. And what do you think they are going to bring to this match?
Yeah. Having international experience is always a plus, because it gives the players enough exposure and confidence to show up. And having players like George Oro, Samuel Asati, Onyala in a squad, I think it's a plus. It's a plus because all the other younger players, some of them, this is their finals. They are made in finals. They've never played the finals before. But having players like Oro, Onyala, Asati, Shiasi, they'll draw some inspiration from them, because like they are looking up to such confidence and inspiration play from the lads. I think in the previous matches KCB has had, they've performed better having their sevens guys in the team as compared to when the players are not present. So I expect some little bit of inspiration from their end, but today they are going to face a tougher opponent who have the same experience, the same matchup. So I guess it will be a plus for KCB, and it will give us a very good experience to encounter the said battle, the Simbas versus Shuja battle. I think it will be exciting.
And then another exciting youngster, Chelsea Otieno, straight from high school, getting a place in the Kenya Cup squad.
Is it Chelsea Otieno? I think that's Churchill. Yeah. I think it's Churchill because Chelsea, I think he played in the ESS game. I think I've seen him feature in the ESS game. Yeah, I think it's Churchill Otieno. He formerly a player at Most who joined KCB, plays at Buckle. That's the player who's featuring for the squad. Yeah, let's wait and see.
Out to the pitch, KCB and Kabras marching to that, led by Sifuna and Vincent Onyala, a boy, Eugene Sifuna, who went to Kakamega High School, gets to lead Kabras Sugar in this final, while Vincent Onyala, one of the top talents in the shorter version of the game, coming here, leading KCB.
I think he is one of the pioneers who's introduced the ladies game into the country. And Yeah, his contribution has been immense because we can see players like Grace Okulu have passed through his hands. We can see players like the likes of Kina Ominde, they've all passed through his hands. His development track record is top notch, and we've also seen him bring up players like Monate Akwe, who now features in the United States. And yeah, I think he's gone, but his legacy lives on with us. He's worked a lot with the young players who will still feature for years, for generations to come. And I think that's an inspiration to all of us. We should leave something, even when we're gone. Some part of us still lives with us. So rest in peace, Felix.
Okay. And the whistle is gone, meaning we'll be having that one. Constant Cup was the center referee when Kabras Sugar and Impala faced off in the final at Impala Club. That was 10 years ago. He's here again to ref. This being his 5th Kenya Cup final to ref in, and being his 100 This being his 158th match. Eric Cantona raises the ball high, received by Elvis Olukusi. A big
Yes,
the ball fails to go out, and Kabras have a chance to attack again. Derek Ashundu plays in. Walter Koth. We have an infringement there. A knock on by Kabras. A step out, I mean.
Straight out.
And we'll be having that line out by Fidel Maina. KCB Wahinya with the ball, plays in Fidel, who gains meters ahead. A kick behind the defense, ball. It is a straight out, and we're going back to that zone. Today, several changes being made. Siketi starting at 15 for the first time in this final, while Eric Cantona has been named on the wing. Those are some of the changes that have been made. A scrum. For KCB, Samuel Asati is the person who's going to have that scrum feed. Plays in Wahinya who kicks. Ball bounces, and the referee awards a penalty to the bankers. They'll be going to the corner. Scrum for Kabras. Rui Maruti being given the ball. Eighth-man pick from Jinson Misoga. George Nyambua with the ball, gaining another meter, plays in Eric Cantona, who boots it inside KCB's 10 meters. Shasi with the ball, plays in Asati. Asati feeds Isaac Njoroge, and the ball bounces out of play, going Kabras way. Malin Mkolwe, first few minutes of the game, maybe what is your take on this?
I think
George Nyambua doing just jersey 6, ball kicked, and KCB enter that 22, but it will be a Kabras line out. Ball delivered to Eugene Sifuna for that line out. The man who is captaining the side today. He has some talks with Jinson Misoga. Line out, and Kabras decide to go long, taken by Kabras Sugar. They are in their own zone. They will need to exit.
Roy box.
And they play in Walter Court, starting at 10 today.
Good boot.
A big boot by him, claimed by Festus Chassis. Plays in Asati, who finds the space behind Matthias Osimbo racing. He is able to pick that ball, but he steps out, and KCB will have a line out in just near the try-meter line. The first time KCB are sniffing that try line, and they will be needed to make it count. Remember to keep on subscribing, liking, and sharing. A line out by Fidel Maina. KCB are able to claim it. Penalty for KCB. A quick tap. The referee calls back for the mark. The referee blows the whistle and he'll be doing some consultations. KCB in a promising position. As the captains are called to talk to their teams. Malin Kolwe in a promising position for KCB this time round.
Yeah. They have an opportunity to settle early in the game, and it's interesting to see the decisions they are making, because they just had a penalty to slot in 3 points and they opted to go for a scrum. So let's wait and see. Maybe they are overconfident, or maybe they are just confident enough.
Okay. Another scrum for KCB. Asati heading to feed it. In a very promising position. Let's see what they are going to deliver. A scrum shove by KCB, trying to get to that point. Samuel Asati with a run. Bob Muhati is caught up. Plays in Vincent Onyala. Vincent Onyala plays in Richel Wangila. Wangila kicks to find Festus Chassis, who is tackled by Cantona. And Kabras survived this one again. Brilliant defending by Kabras Sugar, despite a brilliant kick by Richel Wangila. That was thoughtful of him.
Yeah. Like I said, it's moments like this that are the defining moments in this game. And once again, Kabras have proved their defense is quite solid. And I think defenses like this are the ones which it's just given them a chance in the game. They were done and dusted, but now they still have a chance in this. So we wait and see. But hey, brilliant play, brilliant vision from Wangila, and yeah, it was apparently it was an infringement and a leading arm yellow card. Now KCB are reduced to 14 men. While they just had an opportunity to go ahead. Like I said, moments like this are very defining. They just had an opportunity to take the 3 points, settle early in the game, but overconfidence maybe. Let's wait and see how the game turns out.
Okay. Now down to 14 men. And a chance for Kabras to exit from there, 22. Eric Cantona with that kick, with that ball. He boots it, playing in his first final last season. And he scored a try in that final. Fans still walking in or streaming in, coming in different means. And previous finals have had almost an average of turnout of 6,000. So the fans have turned up again as KCB still that line out. Rushing for the ball is Sheldon Kahi. He meets his number 8 from the opposite side. That is Jinson Misoga. Asati pointing that the ball can't be seen. And we'll have a scrum for KCB. They'll be hoping that the score lines remains this way as they are 14 or they score. And just to remind you that some of the players that played here in 2019 when they won here last in the Care Cup final, Isaac Njoroge was there starting at number 15. We also had Samuel Asati in that squad. Maybe the others that are here, Andrew Amonde is the coach today. We also have Peter Kilonzo, Jacob Oje. He was in charge of kicking that evening because Darwin Mukiza was missing in that match, so he was in charge of the kicks, and now he's here as the backs coach. So kicks to find Jackson Siketi, who plays in Cantona. Cantona met by 2 men there, 2 waiting shoulders, but a penalty for Kabras Sugar. They are yet to exit. That took for a while, but now they have that chance. A line out for Kabras just after the 10-meter line. Sifuna with the ball. Emmanuel Otieno starting today, and they throw to find, but it's a long throw. Kabras managed to keep it through Jinson Misoga. Roy Maruti almost there. John Nyambok going into contact. Ball kicked, and referee says There was a knock on. Scrum for the bankers. They'll be happy with the proceedings, how they are going, especially that they are down to 14. And they now have possession. Samuel Asati with the ball. Kicks behind the defense to find. The ball bounces off Jackson Siketi's feet. Wahinya claims the ball, knocks it on. The referee says we play on. KCB still keeping possession. Asati placing his forwards. Calls Emmanuel Sulungi in that jersey number 4. And now changes direction, plays in Wahinya. Wahinya with a darting run, tackled by Kabras. But the referee blows the whistle and goes for some consultation to the assistant referee, who is Saidi Kenya, who says it's a Kabras ball. Still 0-0. As Kabras are urged to move 10 meters behind with a free kick for KCB. Tapped by Asati. Willite Mususi goes into contact. Ball pass to find Bob Muhati, who has been captaining the side this season, together with Richard Wangila. Samuel Asati plays in. Winston, but they lose the ball forward. And KCB lose possession. Marlin, maybe what are your thoughts?
I think it's too early in the game, but both sides seem to be settling in well. And it's a wet ball, the conditions, we expect a lot of set pieces going forward and a lot of kicking. So it's just a matter of who will get into the scoreboard early enough to settle into this game.
A kick by Siketi, almost hitting us in the commentary booth. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. And just to remind you that if you are in need of sports gear, sports equipment, always look out for AS Sports. AS Sports, you can get them from their website or their online, as Nyambua slides there. A big boot by Walter Okoth, starting at 10 today, taken by Isaac Njoroge, always sure with the high balls. Isaac Njoroge, Samuel Asati with a quick start. Richard Wangila with a step inside, leaves Kabras men well beaten, but Cantona takes that tackle. Maybe that is one for the team. Yes, we have had heavy rains here in Kakamega, and that is the reason why the pitch is wet. Festus Chassis out for 10 minutes. KCB decide to go for 3 points, bringing that tee for Samuel, for Brian Wahinya, and the man delivering the tee is the team manager, Roy Aguko. Roy Aguko, who was part of this squad as they won 2021, that famous win that they managed to pick. Brian Wahinya looks at the post, focuses on the kick and misses, and fans are really chanting after that miss. Festus Chassis is back on the pitch. And now they are back to full complement of (15-15) as that young man, Kenya under-20 captain Roy Maruti picks the ball, but he's penalized for holding ball on ground. Sheldon Kahi has already tapped the ball. Referee still playing advantage there. We let Mususi, and we go back to that infringement, and we'll have another penalty. Will they be going for the tee, or they'll be choosing something else? We wait as Constant Cup urges Kabras to go 10 meters. They all point to the H, and this one is in a promising position, Malin Mkolwe.
Yeah, it's in a promising position. I think now they have started to come to their senses, and any opportunity available, I think it is wise, because they have come here for the last maybe 15 minutes or so, but now they are not converting their territory into points, and I think it will only be wise if they start ticking keeping the scoreboard ticking. And yeah, it's in a very promising position. Advantage for a right-footed kicker like Wahinya, and yeah, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, Brian Wahinya is the leading point scorer for KCB this season, just behind Eric Cantona in the leading scorers this season, and he doesn't miss this one. KCB have 3 points here. They lead. Wahinya has scored 109 points, and with that one, he moves to 112, having added those 3 points. And KCB now lead in this match just after getting to the full complement of 15. And pressure now is on the Sugarmen, who are here. Olukusi Bob Muhati with the ball, plays in Wahinya. Wahinya kicks on the outside to find Eric Cantona, who received a heavy tackle. Patrick Sabatia to Sifuna. Sifuna on that halfway mark. Roy Maruti playing in Walter Koth. Walter Koth finds George Nyambua on the outside. Nyambua He's tackled lower. Jason Misoga has the rack is clean there. Roy Maruti plays in. Walter Koth. And his kick finds Festus Chassis. And Kabras get a scrum outside the 22. Walter Koth plays in. Derek Ashundu. Ashundu with that carry almost to that 22-meter line. George Nyambua gaining meters as the fans cheer him up. Eugene Sifuna sets a dummy. Kabras Sugar now. Walter Koth with that carry goes into contact. Sheldon Kai is there for a quick turnover. But what the referee says, play on. Now he blows the whistle and gives the ball to KCB, saying the turnover had already happened. And KCB survived that one. They'll be exiting their 22 with the ball, with Brian Wahinya with the ball in hand. Fidel Maina with a line out. Throws to find that man, Manuel Silungi, but Kabras have already gotten the ball. Roy Maruti plays in. The captain of the day, Sifuna. A pick and drive there for Kabras Sugar. They now play in. Bresson Adaka, who sets Adami, throws the ball to try and get to head of kicker. But it's scrappy there. They go for that track. Sifuna with a dummy releases, but Shem Joseph was not expecting that one. But we go back to that penalty, and Kabras Sugar will have a chance to do something. Cantona consulting with the captains. They are pointing at the corner. And they go to the corner. Malin, they believe 5 is better than 3.
Yeah, maybe, but a little bit of overconfidence once again. A chance to tie the game and maybe settle into the game, but they've opted for the line out. But it's good. Maybe that's what they've been working on in preparation. And yeah, let's see how it turns out for them. Yeah, in that Menengai Oilers, they refused to go for points that semi-final, and they managed to win the game. Let's see if it is going to happen here as they go for that line out. And that is Hilario Diambo arriving there, but KCB ensure that there is no mole there. Kabras Sugar now attacking, sniffing that try line. They are almost on that 5-meter line. Constant Cup playing advantage there. Kabras Sugar still in attack, almost there. Loses the ball behind, but the referee will be going back to that infringement. A penalty for Kabras Sugar. As Cantona goes to the corner again, they
really want 5 points in this. They really believe in themselves. But time is running. Let's see what they'll be able to get here. As Constant Cup gives instruction to both teams. This is the Kakamega Showground. Kabras Sugar taking on KCB Rugby in the final match of the season in the 2025-2026 Cup. Again, Kabras Sugar go high in that line out. Looking for that 5-pointer. Roy Maruti plays in Jinson Misoga. They are still hunting for those 5 points. Under the post is near them, but can they score there and beat KCB defense? KCB standing tall in that defense. Fans cheering them on. Walter Koth goes for a kick, and Katona takes that kick. And Kabras Sugar still looking at that, and they dive over for that try. No, the referee says we go back to that penalty. Kabras being cheered by fans and urged to go on and on. George Nyambua with that quick tap. They are seeing the 3 points. Walter Koth with the ball in hand. Shem Joseph goes there to that 5 minutes.
It's a tactical approach, or maybe a panic
against Kabras RFC, but I think Kabras RFC forwards have shown that they can match up. They can match up.
Ikienda kusaidia wa switch nani Cantona na skater, alafu expect alikuwa na hipa hivi mkono wide. Sasa nikae kutoka na hivi sijaona pale Mareti ya I don't. Oh, we are going to go to World Cup. Nani hii tungepata timu ya Varsity League wangekuwa wametinga ka 18 points. Pena 3. Uliona mtu ya Varsity League alipiga drop goal 72 meters sijui. Ule niliona fulani mrefu. Nimeona. Aliswing 72 meters drop. Na ilikuwa juu mpaka ikafika kwa post, bado iko juu. Na mtu yako 19 years. 19 year olds hapa sasa bado anazoza ESS. Lakini mafumanya ya Kakamega nayo
Isaac Njoroge kicks that ball. Festus Chassis racing with Jackson Siketi. And KCB put Kabras under pressure, pushing them deep in their 5. Kabras surviving that one, but now they have a scrum to deal with. Isaac Njoroge, Kabras almost getting that intercept, and now Vincent Onyala has a chance to bury it. Steps inside, but tackled by Jackson Siketi. KCB lose the ball forward, and we'll have a scrum
10 minutes.
as the referee calls back.
Now that's a good substitution. You were front. Now that's a good substitution. But
As he calls in, as Brian Wahinya is in, referee calls for attendance to a player who is down. KCB is still leading here at Kakamega Showground. The last one here in the Jinson Misoga down there. Collins Deche also in. Edward Maura in. Ephraim Oduor thrown in. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. This is the Forest. The second half has just kicked off. Still 3-0. Jinson Misoga attended to. He steps out. And they go for that line out of his George Nyambua. KCB, as the referee goes back to the initial infinite there, 22. Sifuna going for that. Sifuna goes. levels the scores at 3-3. At 3-3. Is the scoreline here. Tabeni Dukisa with that big boot. And the coach said yesterday, whenever things go haywire, he will be there. He will be able to be brought in. And he's here and he has brought Kabras. Malin Mkolwe 3-3, maybe it will have been different. 3 points earlier on in the first half.
Yeah, exactly like you say, but now we have a match upon us and into the game. They have acclimatized to the wet condition. And it's now the bench power that can bring in the impact. It's fortunate, maybe unfortunate, that maybe it might work for them. It might work for them, and I think KCB wanted to ball as much as possible. And the introduction of Tabeni Dukisa, I think, brings in 3 points, and yeah, looks like today is going to be just a kicking game for both sides.
It reminds me of the Brian Wahinya. Says the ball touch Derek Ashundu. Line out for KCB with a throw. Olukusi takes, but the referee says the ball was now. A scrum. Scrum. As Brand Tanga goes to the previous infringement, which was an offside. Big boot by Dukisa, giving Kabras the territory they need. The territory. For Eugene Sifuna.
This is the year we're supposed to go World Cup.
Scrum. For KCB, Sati links with Wahinya. Wahinya kicks behind the defense. Miscommunication for Kabras Sugar. They clash.
Inside the 22. Wow.
We go back to the 22. Tabeni Dukisa chooses to go for 3 again. Three, a chance to change the scoreboard. Tabeni Dukisa pulls the trigger. 3 points in. Kabras now lead 6-3. The man who has not played this season and getting a chance to play in this by chance because of the absence of John Kubu and Barry Robinson gets to score 6 points just after being introduced in the closing minutes of the first half, and Kabras now lead with 6 points. Despite the age, he looked like he has not lost his kicking boots. He was once a top point scorer in the Kenya Cup, and now they lead here. Malin Mkolwe, it is 6-3, but Ntabeni Dukisa has gotten 3 points for Kabras after coming on.
Yeah, once again, the first half was maybe a matter of testing the waters because both teams we saw missed to take chances where they could have just gone for points and settle earlier in the game. But now we're seeing both sides going for kickable options, and just a moment there, KCB are on the attack. They just lost the ball and just lost the ball. Let's see what the referee calls.
Yes, some consultations there between Constant Cup and Saidi Kenya, and he calls for a penalty for KCB. Sheldon Kai was on that break there. And KCB have a chance to score 5 points here. They decide to go for a scrum. Onyala still on the pitch. Festus Shas is still on the pitch. Those are some of the changes that have been made here. A scrum. Samuel Asati there. KCB trying to shove that scrum. The referee blows the whistle and calls for a reset. KCB now have a chance to do something here. Dave Mora, maybe what are your thoughts on this up to this point?
Very, very good encounter. Colin Samanga there. I think the two sides have been sizing each other up, and personally for me, I think Kabras going down and reclaiming the lead together with the fans, I think they have it, but KCB have been pressing on, and I think it will be a game of decision making. As Malin Mukolo, my former coach, says, it is a game of maybe the decider.
We go back to that spot again. KCB ESS players, they are putting pressure on the referee at the corner there.
It's Kabras 14.
Kabras now have lost Ephraim Odwor and Malin. They have now a problem in the front row.
Yeah, not really. I think their first set of front rows was taken off earlier, so they were not really worn out. And KCB hasn't yet changed their first set of front rows, so I think the guy coming back on is well rested and all. Like, it's just the fact that they are depleted in numbers is the disadvantage they have. But in terms of quality, I think it's matchup for matchup. Yeah.
Okay, another scrum for KCB. They have an extra man, and they decide to go for that one. And this time round, we'll be going back there again. What a time as Ashiunu rushes to pick some comments from the head coach, Carlos Kachwa. Carlos Kachwa was not part of the sessions early this week due to sickness, but he was able to join the team later on towards the end of the week, and he's now looking good there on the stands in his favorite spot as they put another scrum. KCB this time round with a strong scrum advantage, and Shasi dives at the corner to give KCB a lead in this. KCB now move to 8 points. Festus Shasi dives at the corner. Giving KCB an 8-6 lead with a conversion to come. Kabras now have some work to do because they do not have Ephraim Odwor. As His conversion falls short. A 2-point game, Marlin again. The scoreboard changes.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster of the scoreboard, but still again one score away. A drop goal, a penalty kick, a try, and Kabras are back in this. We still have a match upon us, and I think we have quite some good time left to play. So let's watch out for the outcome of the game.
Okay. Apologies for the internet and the disruptions. But we are here for the final minutes. Almost the final 10 minutes. Kabras down to 14 as they look to introduce Teddy Akala. Gap of 2 points, maybe as it was last season. The game was decided by just a point. And now we have a scrum at the middle of the pitch. This being the 21st meeting between KCB and Kabras in Kenya Cup. KCB having 11 wins, 2 being draws, and Kabras have won the rest. And just to remind you that when Kabras last lost here to KCB, Ephraim Odor, Asuman Mugerwa, Hilary Odhiambo, George Nyambua were some of the players that were part of the squad. John Kubo and Barry Young also played in that match, but they are unavailable today. With this being the 5th time this venue is hosting the Kenya Cup final. It has also hosted in the previous season. Kevin Wekesa with that jump, Kabras with that maul. Response with the kick. They know they are leading. Ntabeni Dukisa racing to response with the kick. They know they are leading. Ntabeni Dukisa racing to claim. First receiver, Brent Tanga with a quick release. The scoreboard keeps shifting. The scoreboard keeps shifting.
Yeah, the score is on, but now they have a kickoff, and let's go on, but now they have a kickoff, and let's see.
In this situation, Marlin. In this situation, Marlin.
It's all game. It's all game. That's why they're still in this game. So still have a couple. That's why they're still in this game. So still have a couple of minutes to play and
goes for that scrum feed. Plays in Wahinya. Wahinya changes direction. Plays in Onyala. Onyala spot for a penalty. Wahinya. There's another kick, Brian Wahinya. There's another kick, Brian Wahinya. Leaving Kabras fans celebrating. Leaving Kabras fans celebrating. Is there to cover the rack. Is there to cover the rack. George Nyambua. A big maul by Kabras. It is very crucial at this point. Referee playing advantage. Kabras know if the whistle blows, they'll be getting a penalty. They decide to continue pushing. Still playing advantage there. Kabras with possession. They have committed a lot of numbers in that 15-meter. George Nyambua bundling his markers. Derek Ashundu runs into that contact. They still have an advantage here. Referee calls it back. And Kabras have only few minutes to play in this. Only few minutes to hold on. And should they hold on, they know what is coming. They call in Namsasi with Rachel Wangila down. Rachel Wangila is down. Olukusi yellow carded. Kabras have now an advantage, but they only lead by a point. And this is the margin that they won with last year when they beat Menengai Oilers here. Kabras have not lost here since that 23-15 in the 2019 Kenya Cup final. They have not lost a match here at Kakamega Showground, and they could stretch the lead. Already Carlos Kachwa has 51 matches unbeaten here since taking over as head coach, and Kabras are on a 53 match winning streak since Jerome Muller's last final 2 matches, and they last lost to KCB 28-20. That was in 2022. Kabras Shuka dive over, and they get a tie. And as it looks, Kabras Sugar have stretched the lead. George Nyambua goes high to that line out. Hilary Odhiambo diving over. Kabras Sugar have added 5 points to that scoreline. If you look at Ntabeni Dukisa smiling as he asks for time, he's told 2 minutes to go. Kabras Sugar surely have gotten that try that they really needed. Their first try in this. Tabeni Dukisa cutting a figure of concentration. He is the man of the moment, and he drills in 2 more points. What a man. Maybe he's doing it for the last time.
Kuna confusion.
The referee says the 2 points won't count. The 2 points won't count, so it is 14 points. But Kabras lead here. Tabeni Dukisa has been a crucial match in that. The fans already counting the timer. This time round, Kabras scrum is strong. Brantanga knows they have an advantage. And he has been calming that. Tabeni Dukisa kicks the ball out for a line out. Wahinya missing several kicks, 3 crucial kicks. Tabeni Dukisa scoring 3 crucial kicks. And that has been the difference maybe before that try. Kabras surely turning it over, but KCB get that possession.
Game by the way, it's not over yet.
They know that if they score
Get 7 points.
and convert, they'll have they'll have
They lost the goal.
a win here. So Kabras need to hold on. Tanga weighing options, plays in to the blind side. Brantanga there again, but Kabras are penalized in this. Quick tap by Opondo, but the referee calls for his mark. Silungi with that one. KCB have a chance here. They keep on grinding. They keep on working. Wahinya to Shasi. Shasi tackled by on the outside Mike Wekesa. KCB still in the hunt. They call them the Lions, and they know they have to hunt strongly. On the outside, big hits there. Referee calls for a penalty. KCB calling for the corner. They know 3 points cannot work at this point. They go to the corner. That is Isaac Njoroge. Ball claimed by and they kick once again. Kabras Sugar are K-Cup champions 5 times in a row. for the first time since 1982, when Nondis did this. Kabras Rugby writes history. This will go down in history as one of the greatest squads. 54 matches unbeaten to this point. They have not lost here since 2019. No loss here post-COVID. And now they do it. They claim a 5 feet under 14-8. Kabras stand tall to do it.
I think it's just going back to the drawing board and looking at what needs to be done different maybe. So you know what that means to a team, and today they've been pushed to the wire. They came to close. I wish this game could have continued for like another 15 minutes or so. Yeah, it would have been interesting.
Then now
It's something interesting.
now
It's something the younger guys should.
then now
It's something the younger guys should look up to and learn. Yeah, maybe, yeah, but for black to look up to and learn. Yeah, maybe, yeah, but for black blood.
Enterprise Cup, the matches will be 2 minutes.
He's a natural leader, and you see he's inspired the team. In our generation will come to see that, but things do happen because he's still playing, so the streak keeps going.
Seasons for Kabras Sugar, 12 in Kenya Cup. One was not played, that was in 2020 due to the COVID period. So Nyambua has achieved 11 consecutive Kenya Cup finals for Kabras Sugar. He has been, I will call him maybe Mr. Kabras, that is what I call him. And that has been the story. Kabras Sugar, obvious, winning the Kenya Cup once again for the 5th time in a row. Maybe Kabras now joins the big conversation. Kabras now joins the big conversation of the top clubs in the country. 5 feet joining Impala and Nondis Dave Moura.
Yes, indeed, Kolisamanga, as you have said, Mr. 5 feet, of course, George Nyambua, a very, very good player here at Kabras RFC. A legend, I think, in the names, etched in the names of the Kabras fans. And I personally think, George Nyambua will be going down in history, Malin, as a legend here. They have achieved something that most teams have been searching, but they can't. And as you can call it, Malin, they have achieved it against a very, very formidable side, against a KCB side that they have been, this season they have been very, very good, but they have not, maybe, personally to me, come into this game and maybe cross the mark in order maybe to go past Kabras RFC. Malin, maybe, what is your point on the game in terms of maybe Kabras attaining this 5 feet? You know, KCB, of course, is a very, very formidable opponent. They are a very, very good side, very, very good fans. But once again, Kabras emerging the top here. What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, once again, like you've said, I don't think there's anyone still playing rugby or maybe even coaching, because since 1982 to right now is quite some age. It's quite some age, because I think it's like, could be more than 40 years, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 40 years ago is when this title was last won. Yeah, so I think it's quite a recommendable achievement.
Okay, the fans, they are following the celebrations. The fans following the celebrations here. The turnout is big, Dave Moura, and they are really, really enjoying that 5 feet.
True indeed, Colin Samanga. I think the Kabras fans, this is what they come for, and true to their maybe appearance, their reward is here as Kabras fans celebrate their win against a very formidable side, KCB is 14-8 to the Kabras side. Some few maybe decision making I can say for the Kabras side. But once again, they match the winners as the Kenya Cup final winners maybe. Collins Amanga, do you think the inclusion maybe of Ntameni Dukisa, it was maybe coming as we have maybe calling it, was it a very, very vital inclusion into this Kabras team?
Yes, that was the coach, as he said yesterday, that was their maybe card or final card if things go bad, and it happened. You saw him introducing him just before halftime. It showed that things were going not the way he wanted, and that's why he made that quick substitution. So yeah, it was it is like a wild card because he had not played the entire season. People were not expecting him to play. Then all of a sudden, the last week they hear that this guy is playing. They expect him to start. In fact, people are saying that what Kabras had named was a dummy squad, but that's the squad that started, and Tabeni Dukisa came off the bench and changed the scores. So it was very crucial. But again, we can say maybe it is a blessing in disguise because what happened is that these players maybe he would not have played this final if Barry was available or maybe John Kubu was available. So it was maybe that John Kubu's red card was another wild card or blessing in disguise. And what it is said in football or rugby that Razi knows, Wenger knows, so maybe we can say Kubu knows because it was he was not going to play. Maybe should Kubu have been here or should Barry have been fit. So a good run there for him. He really carried this team on his back, and we would love to see him how he does because I know he will be coaching later this season the team. So let's see how he's going to transition. Some say maybe good players do not end up being good coaches, but we will wait and see. And Marlin, it's done and dusted. Maybe your final words as you exit.
Once again, class is permanent, form is temporary. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned, and see you in the coming season.
Yeah, so that is it. We are heading to the awarding ceremony, and we will be able to see how the fans would be awarded, the best performers would be awarded this season. We'll be following up that one, and they are really enjoying this moment. Maybe if our cameraman can give us how Carlos Catra and I think his technical bench are really smiling ear to ear. They are really happy to have done this, and the season is over, so we shift focus to the Enterprise Cup, which will be happening later this month. That is on the 30th, but subject to confirmation should there be changes. So the K-Cup season is done and dusted till November. This season, and we would like to say thank you to our partners and sponsors, Suburb Studios, AS Sports, who have also come through, Kabras Sugar, and many others who have ensured that we come live to you from the Kakamega Showground. I will leave you with the celebrations and the awarding ceremony.
Because they really have to ask you the question. Bana mtoto ananisikia. Aponde nini? Hakuna Cristiano era. It is the professional era, semi-professional era. Those are the eras in sports.
So niteremshaje? Look. Shuka na.
Aleta hivyo basi. Leta hivyo. Unajua kurisi?
Wewe ashike kwanza.
Usinipoteze tu ukianguka.
Shika kamera.
Meshikilia.
Ayampatie.
Meshikilia kamera, achilia.
But smile again. Sawa, so hii baki penye iko. Nasema baki hapa.
Angalia pande yake, angalia receiver.
Angalia receiver upande wako. Yes. Sawa, so maintain ya Muliro, yangu nataka kuchange iende kwa photo. So maintain.
So yangu iko sawa, sio?
Yako iko sawa. So
I knew it. Unamsema kufanya pre-match. Take it.
Oya, songa mbele na simu. Songa kando na simu.
Wacha apige tu alafu I think whatever atakuwa amesema hiyo. Sawa, twende. Twende.
Congratulations. It's a difficult game, but you managed to come from behind and get to it. How was it?
Look, I'm speechless. Actually, I'm so happy. It was a very tough game. KCB needs a lot of respect on this. We need to give them all the respect that is due to them. But having said that, I think we've been talking about it all season. Our culture, our winning culture also has its own way of always prevailing. Our guys have been working really hard. I don't know how many times we've been doing this, coming back. We can't continue in this fashion, but it's a good character, good character to always come back. That's a good sign of a good team. So I'm proud of the team. Without the game, hard-fought game. Oh, look, it was good part of the game. Obviously, I think I alluded to it after the semis. Every game is won on the second half. You know, what we needed was to literally maintain and get KCB's legs heavy and get them tired. I mean, they're banking a lot of their game plan around their service players. They can't survive 60 minutes. So that was the whole banking plan. Also bringing them down 5 minutes before halftime. It was also to get them warmed up, get them going, and then second half they were supposed to play 50. The wet ball didn't really help us out. It's not us alone, but I think the KCB did very well with the wet ball and they executed quite well in terms of territorial play. They found us wanting, and I think you can see the difference between experience and talent. So our youngsters at the back, Robert Skater with Kantuna, were these are young campaigners. They were found wanting and they were found always out of position. You know, and this is what we groom them to be. Where will they learn? This is what we do. Throw them in the deep end. It's either they sink or sink. Yeah, come to swim. Some of them sank, and then, but there was a plan after whether if there's a problem, we have something that we can literally go back to. I've always told us he's played in every circuit or every competition except the World Cup around the world. So this is an exceptional player, and hopefully that's why we had him in our cards. We really needed, I told you, one of our previous interviews, if he's not needed, we would have not used him. But the guys who were supposed to be helping us were not. So we had to make a change early, and we had to remain, and we had to control it again. Especially second. I think the introduction of Ndabeni was pushed, you know. The one thing you can't take away is experience and his technical awareness and his technical. And I'm proud of my backroom staff as well. Thank you, coach.
So what are you going to eat today?
No, guys.
The doctor said, you know.
Lazima tupiganie koti bana.
Wekeni zimetosha.
Kwa sawa?
Mko kwa shoti yake?
Tayari, kila mtu ako sawa. Kila mtu ako sawa huko. Haya, coach, congratulations, umeweza kucheza kwenye finali. Labda tathmini yako mchezo kwa vipi?
Mchezo vizuri sana. Nafikiri vijana walijitokezea kucheza na wamejitahidi, wamecheza mpaka dakika mwisho. Na nafikiri kwa uzoefu tu wa Kabras wameweza kuwashinda juu ya experience. So nafikiri ni hiyo ndio kitu wamefika ya kwanza, watajibidi. Ni first time ya kufika final, so hata watajua lessons za kupick from finals na wakibuild for the next one watajua watafika wapi.
Coach, the season has been I think an improvement from last season.
Yes.
Last season you were edged out in the semis, but this time you have made it to the final.
Yes.
Maybe what do you think today didn't work that you thought that you were going back to rectify? Maybe next season you'll come back strong.
I think this game was a close game. Anybody could have won it. Kabras, through the experience, were able to hold the day. So for us, it's just to correct a few things that we felt didn't go wrong, didn't go our way. Discipline was big for us. Some of the set plays didn't go our way, but we were dominating. So those are the things that champions need to learn. When you get an opportunity, you take your opportunity. We lost through a few mistakes on our side. Kabras were our better side. Through experience, they were able to counter and they got their score. So I think it's a big lesson for the young boys. Their first finals, but it's not the last one. I know they are going back to work very hard. We'll be back stronger and better.
Thank you. Coach, maybe just finally, up next for his, maybe in the national 7 circuit, maybe should we expect a better Kabras because that's an area which you dominate?
I didn't get the question.
Next for you, I think the next competition that will be up for you.
Yes.
This is a competition that KCB is known well for it. Should we expect that what you post out last season will come out strong?
I think sevens is about who was the last champions. Kabras were the last champions in the 15th, KCB the last champions in the sevens. So sevens is our field. We are waiting for the opponents to come through and see who will be able to contest with us at the sevens level.
Thank you, Coach.
Asante.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shukran.
Yes, champion.
Yeah? So ni kusema tu leo imekuwa game fiti. We are happy that tumechukua mara ya 5 na tunaangalia wamecheza fiti sana. Asante.
Yeah, thumbs up KCB. Thumbs up KCB. I can really commend them because they have stepped up on defense. Thumbs up, man. They are worthy opponents. But you are champions. 5 pits in the bucket. Congratulations, Kabras. Joey.
We thank so much KCB and thank a lot, but tumehadimiza hadi and we are KCB. Pull up, man. Pull up yourself.
Hii ni Musa Kabras, Engineer Kabras. Nimeshukuru sana Kabras, mmefanya tuko bright. Muendelee hivyo. Nang'ang'ana. Kwa majina Boniface Amboka, Engineer Kabras, West Kenya.
Mmestream na hii? Nini?
Wote ni nani huko?
So Maze, congratulations are in order for the win Maze. Tuambie ni lesson gani umetake kwa hiyo game la leo?
Me lesson nimetake ni never give up. At the end of the day things will work out. Yeah. Grind, lock in.
Yeah. Na ni wapi ulifeel Maze jo ilikuwa fiti? Ni wapi mliweza kupush mpaka mpaka hiyo win?
Mali tulikuwa down, then we came up tukalemea kidogo. And then after scoring tukafeel nikaa hii imeenda. After kuweka 2 hiyo ilikuwa ishaenda bure.
Nice one. What next Maze? What next for the team?
Next we are for the team first we are going for the enterprise. We take everything in Kenya that's there to compete. Yeah, for me we don't shout our things. People might jinx it.
Yeah, nice one. Maze, maybe what I want to chapia mafans kakitu, waambie kakitu pale.
Thank you to my favorite fans. You've been fueling my passion and I love you. Continue doing it, bana. We are here for you.
Nice one.
Kavechacha mo! Kavechacha mo! Tena!
Ngoja.
Msizuie champion wangu. Si amepigania hii trophy jo.
Amechapata mama knockout hapa.
Kavichicha mo. Kavichicha mo. Mgestuko. Baba tuko. Kabras. 5 feet.
Nice. Thanks Ingeche Maze na congrats for the win.
Boss, nasikia hizi kuoje.
Yeah? As Kabras fans.